Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Let's Play that has been a while in the making, honestly. So welcome to Let's Play Cubivore. Oh, excuse me, I'm definitely having a little bit of breathing trouble right now. Oof. Being asthmatic kind of sucks. So welcome to probably the weirdest game in my collection. And honestly, besides being probably one of the weirdest games, oh, no. Wrong button. There we go. We are Butters. So, welcome to Cubivore. Like I said, besides being the weirdest game in my collection, this is definitely the most expensive game as of now in my collection. And man, like, oh my god, this game is, oh man. As of now, I've actually never beaten this game like 100%. Maybe because I wasn't able to get like the grind done, but this game, oh my god. So now and before, I'm just gonna give a little bit of a bit of truth on this one. I own a copy of this game. So like this isn't emulated. I actually own a copy of Cubivore. And the story behind that's actually kind of funny. So, well, I mean, it is funny ish. So what ended up happening was, when I got this game, I didn't own this game as a kid. I bought this game after the spike, like the COVID spike, which made every game very expensive. So my wife and I ended up going to a game store in our state, and they actually had a copy, and the store and if y'all are watching the beginning right here, it's kind of explaining about cubivores and the king cubivore right here, the killer cubivore. And he consumes the wilderness, so well, the planet's dying. I mean, what else is new? The world will wither and fade. Yeah, what else is new? But we ended up going to this game store, and this store, like it's not really a game store, it was a bookstore that sells video games and as well, but they've been known to not price things correctly. So I've already snagged like several $high games from this store for not what it's worth at all. And we ended up going, and they had a copy of Cubivore in their glass case. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, they already know. So I went and checked the price because I'm like, well, first off, when I saw the game, I like freaked because who's ever seen a copy of this game in stores? And bro, you gotta walk a little bit faster for me, man. Like for real. There we go. We ate some snack grass. It's got a delicious tint to it. I feel like I have more energy now. Yeah, so you gotta eat stuff to regain your stomach, which is your health bar and stuff, and all in this game. So this little tutorial is going to kind of show us everything. So yeah, so the main point of this game is literally just to eat things. So press L to lock on, and then boom, we eat it. So, and the point of this game is to like mutate by eating stuff, and that's where the main grind of this game is going to go. Now, do I have to eat everything? No. But am I going to eat most things? Yes. Because your boy's hungry. Okay, that's a bit much. I'm not going to mess with those. But anyway, we went to the store, and they had a copy, and it was in the glass case. I'm like, oh, they know it's expensive. But more importantly, besides knowing that the game was expensive, they had it in 3 different protector sleeves. They had it shrink wrapped. Like it wasn't a sealed copy, it was a resealed copy, and they had it in a protector case itself, and then they had it in another bigger display case with one of those spider security system things around it, those anti-theft things. They're called spiders. They're the ones that like wrap around it. And then it was in the display case, so they knew its price. And then I checked it, and they wanted $5.50 for it. I'm like, oh my god. So So we got a love bit from that. It tastes like love. Whatever love tastes like. I mean, I mean, unless we're watching the anime A World Where Dirty Jokes Don't Exist, I don't know exactly what you mean by this is what love tastes like. But, no, and I really wanted the game. I was like, oh my god, and I had store credit over there, so, and plus the store also takes a teacher discount, which would knocks a bit off, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I want this. And because I've never seen this game before in real life, and my wife walked over while I was looking at it, and I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, hold the control stick down, go. Good. I wasn't expecting her to. I tried to look away, but you know, she's been with me for quite some time, so she already knew what I was looking at. She came walk over, saw it, she's like, Cubivore? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't want it. And she's like, you want it. I said, I do want it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want it bad. I want it bad. And I kind of want, since I've never seen it before. And my wife, I mean, she tries to understand, but she doesn't know like all the gaming stuff like I do. She knows Kingdom Hearts and Disney games. That's about it. So, oh, before we go, so these are color meats. There are animals in here that have a form of color to them, and they have weird names. And you have to eat them to gain some colors and mutations for yourself. So, we're going to go pounce on him, and once he's down, you got to hit him again, hold that control stick down, and boom, we eat some color meat. So when you do that, we change into yellow, and we got our first mutation. So to get to the like actual end of this game, you have to get 100 different mutations. But the main thing you have to do, you have to constantly replay levels of the game until you get all the mutations that you need. So obviously, when we get to there, I'm not going to show y'all the whole grind. I'm gonna kind of just touch on it when I tell y'all. You'll see my 100th mutation, and then we're gonna hit the finale at that point. And boy, get back here. But no, and she saw one, and she's like, "You can get it if you want." And I'm like, "Seriously? You cool with me spending the money?" She's like, I don't care. We have money. I'm like, yeah, but that's a lot. And I mean, it is a lot. The game was very expensive, but I had a bunch of store credit, like I said. Hey! You can stop playing with me right now. Because I'm going to eat you. And then I'm going to mutate. This game must take place in Chernobyl with all the mutations. My shape changes with each color. Yes, it does. I adore this game. It's so good. But anyway, but the place had stored credit, and they have a little system where you can trade stuff in for decent credit. So I just started trading in all kinds of stuff from the house, mainly books and stuff. A few cheap games that I wasn't going to play. I sold some stuff I sold some of my actual high dollar games. That way I had some money to put towards this game, and eventually I ended up putting enough that once I ran out of stuff and all, I ended up going, and it's a drive, like it wasn't a local store, it was about 2 hours away from my house, and I have to really give a shout out to this store, like for reals, I have to give them a good shout out on this one, and because like I had called them like ahead of time, and I said, hey, look, I said, it's not a local game store. This is a chain store. So they really didn't have to do this for me. But I called them and I said, hey, look. I said, do y'all still have Cubivore in stock? And they're like, yeah, we have Cubivore in stock. And I said, okay, I just have a couple of questions before I make any decisions. I said, first off, y'all do still have it, right? And they're like, yes, nobody's paid the money for it. I said, cool. Does it come with a manual? That's my main thing. I said, does it come with a manual? And they checked on their thing, and they're like, yes, it comes with a manual. It is a fully complete game. Like, it even has the inserts that go with it, too, which I'm very happy with. And I said, cool. I said, look, I'm coming from out of town. I don't live near y'all. I said, I really do want this game. And we get to look at all of our mutations that we got through here, which I'm going to try to get as many as possible, but this is cool. Piggy Butter's 4 mutations. And I called him and I said, well, look, I said, since I'm coming from out of town, and I said, I'm coming by it. I said, can y'all please hold it for me? Like, can y'all just take it out, put it to the side for me, and I promise you, I'm coming up on this day, I will get it. And they said they would just check, and I didn't hear from them for a couple of days, and then I just went up, and I went, it's not in the case, and I freaked out a minute, because I drove 2 hours, I had a friend with me, and I told him, I said, dude, if it's not here, I'm going to cry. I'm legitimately I'm gonna cry if it's not here because I drove 2 hours for this, and I asked them about it. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy that called," and they actually held it for me. They put my name on it and everything. They let me check it out before I paid for it, and I'm like, ecstatic. And with my teacher discount, before my teacher discount, the game was like they wanted with tax. It came out to a little over $600. But my teacher discount knocked over $100 off, so it got down to like 480. We hit all my store credit with everything, so it came down to under $300, which is a lot. But compared to what this goes for normally, and seriously, if anybody's curious, go check out this game on eBay. But I ain't gonna lie, whenever I first picked it up, the sound that flew out of my mouth, like I nailed the intro scream to Slayer's Angel of Death. Like it was perfect. But we're gonna continue on with this game in the next part. So thank y'all for tuning in to Cubivore. This is EKI Butters, and I will see everybody in the next part.